Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah if you're new here, and welcome to the continuation of my mini-series on YouTube about book series. And in this video, I'm going to be talking and gushing about series that I wish authors would write more books in. This is basically going to be a gush fest, talking about some of my favorite series and my hopes and dreams if the author ever decides to publish more books within those series. So buckle up, because I'm going to be incoherent. Because when it comes to books that I love and series that I love, there's no rhyme or reason to the words that are coming out of my mouth. The first series that I really do not want to be over, and I want more books in this series, is the Wayfarers series by Becky Chambers. The first book being The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. There are currently 4 full-length novels in this universe of adult, slow-paced, character-driven science fiction that's all queer and just really lovely. And as far as I know, book 4 is the final book in that series. I am just so impressed by the character work in these books that I feel like Becky Chambers could keep writing in this series forever and ever and ever, because it's a series of companion novels. So we follow different main characters in each book. And the Galactic Commons, which is this universe, is so expansive that we could explore worlds and worlds and worlds worth of different characters without overlap, really. So I really think that this series could keep going forever. And Becky Chambers, please write more books in this series. If you want a good cry, if you want a good action, light, character heavy science fiction, this is the series for you. But there are only 4 books in it. Another adult sci-fi series that I absolutely love is the Lady Astronauts novels. There are currently 3 full-length novels in this series, and I believe there is a 4th one scheduled to come out sometime. I don't know if there's a release date or anything, but I so desperately love this timeline that we're on. A meteor has struck Earth and completely changed the course of our future, and this is a time like around when NASA was being formed, and so it's about women in NASA in the space program trying to get humans to escape Earth and colonize the moon and Mars because the Earth is dying. And I just love this series so much. And I know book 4 is scheduled to come out someday, but I'm just really desperate for it, and I really don't want this series to end anytime soon. So, Mary Robinette Kowal, I'm waiting. Then we have N.K. Jemison's The City We Became, which the series name for this is The Great Cities. And so far there is only 1 book available in this series, and who knows how long the series will be in total. But this book came out, I want to say in 2020, so it hasn't really been that long, but I have heard zero buzz about when the sequel will come out. There is a sequel being worked on. I follow N.K. Jemison on Twitter, so I know she's hard at work on this project as well as other projects, but as far as I know, there's no release date for book 2. And this is about a group of individuals who each represent different boroughs of New York City, and they have to come together to, how do I put this? save the city from an alien force, as well as make sure the city becomes sentient. I'll leave it at that. Hopefully that piques your interest. This is an adult fantasy, and I really enjoy N.K. Jemisin's writing, and her character work is really great in this. I just want to see another group of people in another city do the same type of thing, or, you know, in a different way, obviously, but since this one focused on New York City, I would love to see a different city come alive, because I think she does such a good job with that. So I love N.K. Jemisin. Anything she writes is great, so even if she decides not to return to this world, I will be picking up anything and everything she writes ever. Then we have Tamara Pierce, and specifically Tamara Pierce's Tortall realm. She has kind of two fantasy series that she is, or two fantasy worlds that she publishes with, and specifically the Tortall books are my favorite of all time. This is really shiny. Sorry about this. This book is called Tempest and Slaughter. This was her newest release, and it ends again on a cliffhanger, and there has been no buzz about when book 2 is going to be available. Sadly, Tamara Pierce is getting older, and I've also followed her on Twitter and know that she has had a lot of health issues in the last year or two, so I wish nothing but the best. And if she ever sees this video, highly doubt it. I'm not putting pressure on her or anything like that, because I understand health comes first, but we love this world. I love this world so much, and would love to see what happens to my beloved characters again. But even if no more books come out in this series, I will be continuing to support this author and rereading her books over and over and over again, because they provide me with so much joy and comfort. So if you haven't read Tamara Pierce's Tortall series, I would highly recommend it. I wouldn't start with this one because this is the newest book in the series, but I would read the Song of the Lioness Quartet first, in case you're curious. So Tamara Pierce, we love you, and I hope you get better soon to give us more books, because we're selfish. The last series I'm going to be talking about, it doesn't make sense for this author to write more books in this series, but I don't care. The series I'm talking about is the Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert. So there's 3 Brown sisters, and they each have a book each that has been released. So it really doesn't make sense for additional books to be in this series, but I love this little trilogy so much. I love each of the sisters. I love each of their love interests so deeply and passionately that I just want more. And lucky for me and fans of this series, Talia Hibbert is writing a spin-off series. So in book 3, the main character, Eve, goes to a small town where she meets her love interest, and in this town she meets a set of twins and their older brother, and I believe the new series is going to be following that family. I don't know which one's getting a book first, but it's called the Skybriar trilogy, and hopefully it will be coming out late 2022. But we will see. But so that it's kind of like we're getting more in this series. Maybe the siblings in this series will make cameos, appearances in the new series, but I just love these characters so much, and I'm desperate desperate for more. So those were all of the book series that I wanted to gush about, and just really wish that the authors would add more to. You know, there are some authors who keep writing additions to their series, and then as things go on, it's like, okay, like you're just kind of dragging this out. But these are the ones that I wouldn't mind if the author just gave us more and more and more and more, you know what I mean? So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this little series of mine, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.